My name is Vicky Villarreal. I'm a hotel manager. This is La Borde House, and it was a family house that was built 1898, and after that, on 1992, it became a hotel. There's a lot of people that come, and some of them they have the power to see things or hear things. Some of them they really don't. But I remember it was Mr. Lopez that he was staying in the Texian room, and he was the only one who was staying here. And then one day he go to the office and he told me, "Hey Vicky, can you please tell the lady next door to keep the kids quiet because they fight all night, they say, and I can go to sleep." So I told him, "Mr. Lopez, there's no one here, it's only you." So later on, he moved to another room to the Mariate house, and then he went again. He goes, and people next door, they do a lot of noise. I mean, they move the furniture during the night. And I said, that's impossible because, I mean, they're not allowed to move the furniture. And he was the only one here. And then he ended up like getting his things and he left. On the Texian's room, I remember it was an ex-co-worker that she used to work here. I remember that, like I said, I used to lock the rooms like 4:30. And I remember, I don't know why, that day she went upstairs and she goes, "You didn't lock the door." And I says, "Oh yes, I did." And she goes, "No." I said, "Okay." I said, "You know what?" I said, "You know that I start locking up the rooms at 4:30. I said, "So you know what?" I said, "You're gonna go with me." And she goes, "Oh no, I'm not." Oh, I said, "Yes, you are." She went with me, and then and she goes, "All you have to do is just lock the door." And I saw, she closed the door and it was locked. So the next day I said, "You know what? Let's go." Dijo, "No, I'm not going." Let's go. Let's see what happens. So we went, and she goes, "Oh, Vicky, that door was up like this, open." And she goes, she didn't want to go in, so she didn't want to never go with me again to lock up the rooms. And on that room, it's several times that I go. That door sometimes it's open, the lights are on, or the light from the kitchenette, they're on. That's what happens like maybe 3-4 times.
I'm Alejandro. I've searched the world for paranormal activity. I am the Dead Explorer.
It was October 26, 2015. It was Alejandro Dominguez. He's a ghost hunter. He came to record, to record. And Jay Villarreal, he's my nephew. And I remember that I called Jay and said, "You know what, Jay? Like, can you tell Alejandro that I heard the laughing of the two kids?" Like, I don't know why. So I was having lunch on apartment 27, and when I heard the laughing, they sound like they were very happy. So I came to the window. I look outside. Nobody was in the patio. As soon as I went back to my chair, as soon as I sat down, I heard the laughing again. I took my shoes off. I went to the window. I look over here. Nobody was here. I came all the way down. There was nobody here. They record from here, downstairs, upstairs, and they capture a voice of a little girl saying, "Stay down, stay down."
Well, they went to the red room though, but maybe they were standing outside the window shining now. What? I don't know what that was.
If you listen closely, you will hear a little girl tell us to stay down.
And also in me, I have heard when I first started working here, yo entraba a la 1, and my coworker, she would get lunch at 1, and I was alone. And then I heard I was doing filing on the last office, and I heard a lot of people running, and I thought it was the police was after someone. So I came over here and I locked the door. I don't want them to come in. So no, it was nobody was there. And I called Anna and said, "Hey Anna, I heard a lot of people running." "Oh," dijo, "just ignore them." Dijo, "Don't pay attention." Dijo, "That happened to me before." When it was a family house, it was a little girl and a little boy. And like when you enter over here in the hotel, in the entrance, they used to have a water well. So the history is that the kids were playing on the balcony. They were running around. Both of them fell into the water well, both of them drowned. And people that have stayed here, sometimes they will go say, "Hey, Vicky, well, I heard some kids laughing or crying." I think it was the second week of April. There was this lady that she ran the patio for her daughter's birthday. So the guests were coming, so I was greeting the guest. So it was this lady, and I say, I welcome her. I went with her, and I say, "Ma'am, you never been here before?" And she goes, "No." Okay, I said, well, let's go. I mean, if you want to, I can show you the parlor so you can have an idea what it looks and what do we have here. And it gets, I mean, it's everything is antique. So she goes, okay, dijo, let me call my husband. So she called her husband, and her daughter, and her husband go, "I want to see the red room." Dije, okay, dije, let's go. So we went, and the lady was standing up on back of her, like over here was the TV, and it was me and her daughter. Her husband was recording, and he went into the restroom. And then I was telling the lady, a day before, which it was a Friday, I was doing paperwork, but I had a hard feeling coming to the red room. But I would get to the door, and I didn't want to go. So it was like 4 times, and I said, the last one, I said, no, I'm just gonna go. So I went into the room, and I heard some noises, and I went, and the TV was on. So I said, well, maybe it was Rosita that she was doing the cleaning, maybe she was watching TV while she was cleaning. So I went and turned off the TV. When I get to the door, I heard some noises, so I turned around, and it was the TV that turned on by itself. So I was telling the story to this lady. And in that moment, and I say, you need to see it to believe me, because it's true. So when I said that, I felt something like it was super, super cold, that I went like this. When I opened my eyes, the lady went like that. She goes, oh, that TV turned on by itself. So she pushed me, and then her daughter went, oh, the TV turned on by itself. So she pushed me again, and then her husband came out of the restaurant. He goes, what, babe? When he pointed to the TV, the phone, it turned on by itself. So he pushed me, and they run over here in the patio, and they were screaming, oh, that TV, the lady was, oh, the TV turned on by itself. And and it happens. And I mean, I hope she'd see this video one day, I don't know, like, so for her to come and say, hey, it was true, because it happened. There's a lot of people that come and go. They do come for the history of the hotel or because of the ghost stories, and to have a good rest, like they enjoyed being here.